This week on the Work Husbands Podcast.
You're a serial killer.
My dad used to beat the shit out of me with towels.
And I'm just speedbagging his nut.
He's the size of 6 people. He's got the punch of 12 people. I fucking shit, piss, and cane.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You've got a whole pot of cinnamon rolls and you're just like...
Welcome back to the Work Husbands Podcast, Season 1, Episode 8. I'm Dylan.
I'm Alex.
And we are live on all platforms, like we say every episode.
God
Go
damn.
like and subscribe and everything. But yeah,
you hit
dude.
me with that shit hard. I did not. I was like, oh, fuck, I need to shut up.
Shut up! Welcome back. No. Yeah,
Oh, God.
No, I have
to do with all that footage.
I have a weird... We'll just keep it in.
Okay.
I have a weird OCD nighttime routine.
Dude, I know.
Like, so...
It's ridiculous.
I know everybody throws around the term, I have OCD all the time, but, like, my wife graduated with, like, a degree in psychology. Like,
Yeah.
she does this shit, and she's like, yeah, you have some OCD tendencies, like, and definitely ADD. And I do this weird... God, should I tell you my whole routine? You think it'd be a little too... I mean, it's just, like, 20 minutes, bro. I pee, like, 5 times.
Yeah, just tell the weird parts, the OCD parts, because not all of it's OCD. I mean, yes, it's all lumped together.
Yeah.
But, like, the whole, like... If you get talked to and you have to get back up,
Yeah.
that's fucking OCD.
So, a couple things... Cinnamon
That's
roll.
what you get.
Cinnamon roll mustache.
What did you get?
So a couple things, like, the number 4 for me is, like, a thing. So, like, I have to, like, lock the door 4 times and, like,
I did not know that.
Make sure all the doors are locked.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
it's
fucking weird.
It's weird shit.
You're a serial killer.
I lock the door, like, 4 times. There's, like, a certain thing that I do, and then I'll, like, go tell the dogs goodnight, kiss them goodnight 4 times each. And then, dude, it's weird, I'm telling you. I know how weird it is. And then there's, like, a weird pee thing that I have to do where, like I'll pee, and then I'll, like, put my nasal strip on because I'm an old man. And then I'll pee again, and then I'll, like...
Like, right after? Like, you literally pee, shake it out, right?
Mm.
And then you put a nasal strip on, and then you piss
So what...
immediately?
God, dude, I'm out myself here. It's fucking weird. I know how weird it is. So, like, Audrey and the dogs will go in the bedroom.
Step to fixing a problem is admitting you have one.
The dogs will go in the bedroom with Audrey. I'll close the door so Maggie doesn't fucking come out and beg for
Follow
food.
you.
Yeah, so then I'll pee 1 time. I'll lock all the doors, do a certain number 4 times. You know, make sure all the doors are locked, make sure the curtains are drawn, the temperature's turned down. And then I'll go in.
So do you have to turn it down 4 degrees and then turn it back up?
No.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, shit. I kind of do. So, like, we keep it at 66 at night. I'll turn it down to 64 and then back up to 66. That's more of like a... Like, I hit the
You
down...
literally just went like, dude, ew. Oh my God. What is happening, Dylan?
So I go...
I'm like learning something new about you, and it's weird.
It is weird, I know. And I'm not like this about a lot of stuff. It's
See,
strange.
I don't have anything, I guess, like this. That like Serena would say that I have to take a shit before I shower, and she's fucking wrong. It just so happens that every time that I say I'm gonna go take a shower, before I actually get the energy to get up and go take a shower, I'm like,
That's what
I gotta
pushes you?
shit.
To
Yeah,
get up?
I'm like,
It's
I gotta shit.
now I have to get up.
And then I get up, I go take a shit, and then I fucking take a shower because I'm already.
So I go after I pee 1 time, go lock all the doors, do some weird shit, go into the bedroom, tell Audrey or tell the doggos goodnight.
Do you kiss Audrey 4 times?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll get to that. Okay, that's the last bit. And then I go back into the bathroom. I'll pee 1 time, put on a nasal strip, pee a 2nd time, do some deep breathing because it helps me relax. I'll
Sure.
do like some like nasal breathing thing, pee again.
Like some Wim Hof shit?
Kind of. I got it from Andrew Huberman. Really
Cool.
helps me relax. Like, it's like proven to like help your like body relax with
he's sick.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Pee again. And then
So
I
this is
will
3. This is P number 3.
pee like 5 times.
So far, that's P number 3.
That's 3. And then after that, that's when I'll like crack my wrist, I'll pop my back and all that stuff. And then I'll like take a sip of water sometimes, and then I'll pee again. And then I will at that point.
So okay, I have to interject here.
Okay.
When you say you pee again, like you're peeing.
Actual pee comes out,
like-
and it's not like it's not like
a little dribble like you had to force it. You're pissing.
It's a little forced. It's not like, but there's still something. It's like when I finish peeing like 1, 2, 3 times, whatever. It's not very much, but it's like a little bit comes out. But like in my head, like I don't feel like there's anything left in there. But then when I walk around, I do something, whatever. It's like, oh, I kind of have to pee a little bit. My whole thing is like I want me peeing to be the last thing I do before I lay down, or else I'll go think about it. You know what I mean? I'll go think like I do that at the movies too.
So I guess in my head, my logic would be like, why wouldn't you just do all this other stuff?
I know.
And then not pee
I know.
when you feel it the first time?
I'm trying
You
to
just
work
go-
up to that.
You just go, okay, I know I have to pee. Don't.
I'm trying to work up to that,
Oh
bro.
my God.
I know it's a weird thing. And like last night when I got into the bed, like when I was done with my routine, I was like, thank God. It's like a relief when I'm done, bro.
I'm naming this episode, by the way. You're going to love this.
What?
Obsessive compulsive Dylan.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my God.
I like that. Either that or the zombie thing, which we'll get to. I do like that though.
Yeah. Dude, I'm like, I'm gonna get comfy. Holy.
Okay. So when I'm done peeing for like the fourth, so like before the last time that I pee, we have candles lit in there, so we don't have the lights on, so it'll like keep you awake and all that.
Yeah.
So I'll blow the candles out, take a sip of water, I'll pee for like the fourth or fifth time, and then I'll go into the bedroom, shut the light off, and then I'll get into bed, kiss Audrey 4 times before I go to sleep. Last night when I was done with everything, I was finally done. I go into the bedroom, and Maggie is moved over to. She loves laying up against Audrey when we sleep because she sleeps on the bed with us. And
Luna does the same thing.
Huh?
Luna, our dog, she does the same thing.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a worm, like kind of shaped like Maggie, so she does the same thing.
Yeah, so she was scooted too far over. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna have to go pee again because now I have to go over. I have to move her. I have to do something.
And so because it wasn't the last thing that you did before you laid down, because peeing wasn't the last thing you did before you laid down, you had to pee again.
Yeah, I know it's a problem.
Or your family will die.
It's not even so.
Like, is there something in your head that's like something bad's gonna happen if you don't do it?
No, it's not something bad's gonna happen.
Okay, so you're not crazy.
It's like
weird.
if I don't pee one more time,
then you feel like you're gonna lay there and feel like you have to pee.
Yeah, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like I know because I think that I'm gonna think about it, I end up thinking about it. And I'm like, I gotta get up and pee. Like if I lay down and me and Audrey talk for a couple minutes, I'm like, fuck, gotta get up, go pee. It's not very much.
So does she know, like in her head, is it like a fucking unspoken rule to just not fucking talk to you? Like
no, we still talk.
When you get in bed?
Like it doesn't. I don't get pissed.
Sure.
No pun intended.
But
no, I don't get mad about it. But I'm just like, fuck, I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
Last night I was a little irritated of Maggie. I'm like, as soon as I walked in, I'm just like, because it was just I told you yesterday was one thing after another went wrong. It was a frustrating day, and I was done. I didn't finish working on content until like almost 11 p.m.
Yeah, I was about the same way.
Yeah, so I was just done with the day.
I mean, I didn't have nearly the day you had yesterday.
Well,
but
so you were still busy.
But yeah,
like,
it was definitely a busy day.
So I go in there and I'm just like, I'm going to move her and I'm going to go piss again, because I'll tell like whenever I'm done, I'll be like, good night, Josh, good night, Haruki, because their bedroom's right by ours and his door's always open, and it's always weird. He never says anything because he knows how fucking weird I am. He's lived with me for 3 years technically, and I'll be like, good night. I'll shut the door. 3 or 4 minutes later, I'll come out, and he doesn't even say. He usually be like, "Are you okay?" But now he just knows. He doesn't even say a word when I open the door again after I've already told him good night because he just knows that I'm.
Do you tell him good night again?
No, I don't.
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch,
dude.
It's weird, man. It's weird, and I mean, Audrey knows. I've tried to break myself of it, and then like in some ways, it's gotten a little bit worse.
I just don't. I can't think of anything. Like I might have to ask Serena, but I just can't think of anything that I have that's kind of like OCD like that, I guess. Like I'm sure there's things that I do that I have to do a certain way.
Yeah.
But I think they're fairly like normal things. Like if somebody always makes a PB&J, they always do the peanut butter first, right? That type of thing.
Yeah.
But nothing like that.
Yeah.
I mean like
that's really the only thing like I'll kiss Audrey 4 times before I leave. And like when I leave the YMCA after I work out, I always have to go out the entrance and hit that's the one where it is a little weird. It's like if I don't go out these 2 doors and hit the wheelchair thing, then I'm gonna get into a car crash when I go home. That's the only one where I'm like, something bad's gonna happen if I don't do this.
Well, hold on. What?
So when I leave the YMCA, the entrance where you're supposed to go into, there's like the button for the people with the
automatic door.
Yeah, and it opens the door.
If you don't hit it,
if I don't go out those 2 doors, like if I'm walking out that door and I see somebody coming in, because I know they have the right of way kind of because it's the entrance, I'll be like, oh shit, something's on my phone, and I'll look at and I'll kind of look over and make sure nobody else is coming in, and then I'll hit those 2 things and go out the door. Yeah, it's weird. But here's the thing. Here's the
thing. Somebody did die when I didn't do it.
Well, but yeah. So I know there's some weird shit that I do, some OCD type stuff that I have.
I posed a question to Dylan the other day, and I think he's fucking stupid for saying that we can't. That this isn't possible. Dude, I'll ask you again.
Okay.
For the people. Together, the both of us,
Mm-hmm.
in a ring with Eddie Hall,
Could we win?
could we incapacitate him?
Like, what do you mean? Like, make him tap? Like, knock him out? Like, what do you mean?
Either or.
No.
Together?
No.
That's ridiculous.
Dude, okay, do you know Thor? The
Yeah.
Mountain?
Yeah.
They boxed.
Yeah.
He didn't even knock Eddie Hall out. And Thor is literally one of the strongest men on planet Earth historically.
But he's not 2 people.
He's the size of 6 people. He's got the punch of 12 people. He ripped out Prince Oberyn's eyes, bro.
Whoa, dude.
Oh, shit.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Dude, it's been out.
Don't give
it's
me...
like,
I can't blame
It's like,
you.
bro, don't spoil E.T., bro. He's been out for 26 years, dude.
I know, I can't really blame you all that much.
That's like a famous
also,
scene.
to be fair, I straight up won't even remember the prince's name you said in 12 hours.
He's my favorite. You'll know the actor, though.
I will, but I just
I don't
want
to say the actor because you'll know that more than you'll know the
I
name.
just want... The actor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I won't remember that guy's name in 12 hours. Like,
Okay,
that's
good.
the thing. So, like, when it does happen, I'll be like, I'll hear the guy's name, and I'll remember you saying it.
Yeah.
But then I'll be like, whatever.
Because he was, dude, the betray. Oh, okay. Well, let's finish
Dude!
this. Let's finish this.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
no, I don't think we could.
Okay, but that's I just don't understand it. Like, I guess like I get it, but like at the same time I'm like 2v1, dude. Like, we're not, like, don't get me wrong, we're not huge people.
Yeah, he's
right?
massive.
We're small people.
And he's strong as shit.
But he's also not very tall, right? And he also, like, with all that strength comes very low agility, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, if I'm just fucking going in from the front, right? And you just, like, slip under the legs and just fucking try to choke him the fuck out from the...
Speed bag his nutsack.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you just run over there, you fully stand up, and you're just like...
Dude, that video
We're
of his
so
son
short.
towel whipping his dick is the
oh.
funniest video. He's talking shit on his son. His son just goes, whoosh,
It was
right
like
in
the first
nut.
time, because the full video,
Oh,
he couldn't crack a towel.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like the first time he gets the towel to crack,
Dude.
and he actually cracks his dad in the dick.
Dude,
so
it's
funny.
My dad used to beat the shit out of me with towels. Not in an abusive way. Not in an abusive way. No, like
I want that to be an intro clip so bad. My
You
dad
should.
used to beat the shit out of me with towels.
You
That's
should.
so good.
You should.
Oh, God.
No,
People are going to go, the fuck he did. Like, people who know you are going to be
Yeah.
like, the fuck he did.
Well, so we used to towel whip each other.
Yeah.
Right? He taught me how to do it. So I'd be like, I was like 10. I was like, I could beat my dad.
Yeah.
I'd get him a couple times,
Absolutely
and he's
not.
like, don't start this with me. And I'm like, and he would get me in a corner and just go, bah, 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 bah. Rapid fire, dude.
Dude, it's the testing the limits as a kid is
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it was so much
Holy shit, dude. That was so much funnier to me than I think it should be. But, like, I just imagine you, little Dylan, going like, I got you, Dad. And he's like, dude, don't. Like, I'm giving you a fucking warning here.
Literally, he would. He's
And
like,
then,
don't do it.
And you'd be like, oh, yeah? What are you going to do
What are
about
you,
it?
dumb guy?
Crack. And then you're just like, oh, no! Yeah,
run into
dude.
the house.
Dude.
Yeah. So, collectively, I think we could wear him down a little bit, but no, I don't think we could beat fucking
I just
Eddie
think,
Hall.
like, I get it because you're like, I get your logic. Like,
Yeah.
Thor, right? He's big as shit. He's, like, one of the strongest guys in the world.
Box
He couldn't
Thor.
beat him,
Yeah.
right?
Well, no, he did beat him in boxing.
Right.
But he
I'm
didn't knock him out.
I'm
He
saying that he's also... The fact of the matter is that even though Thor's the size of 6 people,
Yeah.
he's not 2 separate entities.
Yeah, but
so I'm
he's-
thinking, if we got on both sides of Thor, or both sides of Eddie Hall,
Yeah.
right? We could just...
Bro.
You could be back there like that,
Bro.
right? And I'm just speed bagging his nuts.
And then he would go and crush me into a fucking oblivion. You remember in
It's true.
You remember?
You would literally flatten like a pancake.
Yeah, I would be dead. You know, you remember Endgame when I think it was definitely Captain America and I think Thor.
Dude,
Before everybody
are we gonna
came
do this again, where you have to, where we make
Before-
another clip where we have to do this?
So it's like Endgame, bro. When Thanos, like the other version of Thanos, shows up after they snapped and brought everybody back.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? He shows up, and then it's just Captain, because Captain America and Thor thinks that everybody else is dead, right? And
Yeah.
they have to just fight him by themselves, and they're
Yeah.
getting their ass kicked.
Yes.
That would be what would happen. He's Thanos. We're Captain America. Dude, how fucking badass was it? I'm getting pumped. We just watched that Walking Dead scene.
Dude.
How badass was it when everybody fucking shows up, and then Captain America fucking gets the hammer?
Oh, yeah.
I fucking shit, piss, and came.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Dude.
Dude, it's actually, it was probably one of the best moments in my life.
Literally
to,
have goosebumps.
to like watch like the first time he holds the hammer.
Yeah.
I literally
Because he teased it in fucking. By the way, we're huge Marvel nerds. If you couldn't tell,
huge nerds in general.
he because they teased it in fucking Age of Ultron when he
Yeah.
lifted it and it goes like meep.
Yeah.
And then Thor's just like,
Yeah, Thor was
"The
like,
fuck."
and he's like, I
He's
can't
like,
do it. And he goes, yeah. Like, he was
Yeah.
like, wait, what was like, I was fucking nervous.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, like, this guy's
Yeah.
worthy? Like, it was like top 10 moments of, like, my life, basically. I know it sounds stupid, but, like seeing that whole thing come to fold, like,
Yeah,
the whole
man.
cinematic universe come to fold,
Oh,
and then
dude.
at the very end of it, the guy gets to be, he's worthy
Yeah, it's fucking sick, man. I mean,
of a fucking hammer forged
Thor's
from
hammer.
a star.
dude, it just the whole
That's
getting to see that, yeah, like you said, from Inception, from like literally from Iron Man literally saving
Yes.
Marvel Studios and Robert Downey Jr.'s career, and then seeing like,
Life,
dude, when you were
probably.
watching, you're like, oh, these are really good movies, and then like all of a sudden there's the end credit shit, and they start teasing, and you're like,
You're like, wait, hold on.
what the fuck?
Like,
And they
stuff
started
is
building
happening.
it, bro. Seeing all that shit happen while it was happening.
Everything started like the plots kept getting so thick,
Yeah.
dude. Like you would like, it got to the point where like some people didn't know about like the end credit scenes, right?
Yeah.
So like you'd be one of those motherfuckers like sitting
Like,
in the
I know.
theater,
Like,
credits
these idiots
happen,
leaving.
and you're like, look at these motherfuckers.
Like,
you
there's
don't
still
even
more movie. You
you don't
dipshit.
even know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, dude, that seeing all that shit happen, and then when it, because like there's a lot of Marvel stuff now, it just doesn't feel the same.
You're right. I mean,
know what
there's
I mean?
some stuff
Like-
that like it's still really good. Like there's
Loki
stuff-
was amazing.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's really, really good, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't feel like the MCU.
Yeah, it
Right?
sucked, man.
It doesn't feel
It
like
sucked.
phase 1 of the MCU. It like Moon Knight was insanely good.
It was good. It just felt weird. Like,
It was.
didn't feel like Marvel.
It was a little weird at the end. Loki was probably the
Loki was so
best like MCU spinoff
Mm-hmm.
that they've ever come up with.
Yeah, that was-
Loki was insane, and I really hope that we get more seasons of it.
I do too.
And it's you're right though. It definitely like the like excitement and the childhood like fucking glee of it is
Yeah.
like not there.
Because I had a when I was a kid, I loved him. I used to be obsessed with Batman. I was Batman for Halloween like 4 years in a row.
Wow.
And then my buddy
were
from
you also gay?
I was Robin one year.
Oh my god, that joke was so deep.
Okay, so
this is what
yeah,
Ryan
dude,
said.
my fucking God damn it. My dad bought me the Marvel Encyclopedia when I was a kid. It was like
Oh, shit.
of all the characters
Yeah.
from like the comics.
Yeah,
like
give
my,
you like little facts about him and shit.
yeah,
I had
my
one.
uncle was and still is a huge Marvel guy.
Who's like
um,
his character?
I don't know. I think he always really liked Thor because he's the one who gave me all those comic books that I have upstairs
Oh,
that he
okay,
gave me
yeah.
like 15 years ago. And I remember when his son was born here in town. It was in 2012 because it was right when the first Avengers came out, which was so good. And my buddy his son was born a premature baby.
Okay.
So he was in the NICU for like 3 months. It was a long time.
Oh, really?
And so he was there all day and night. He would go back and go to work sometimes while my aunt was there and everything. And me and my mom went and like took him to, I have a really good memory of us like going to the hospital, getting him, and then taking him to go see Avengers. And I just remember how fucking good that movie was.
That's sick.
And then I watched, you know how I watched Oppenheimer twice in the theaters?
Yeah.
I watched Age of Ultron 3 times in the theaters.
Age
Twice
of
in the
Ultron-
same day.
What?
So that was only because, so I saw it the first time with my cousin.
Age of Ultron's lit, by the way.
So good. It blew me away. I was like, oh my God. And then it was like a week or two later, and like my mom, it was like Mother's Day or my mom's, I think it was Mother's Day because it was around May. We took my mom because she wanted to see it. She loves movies. She loves the Marvel stuff in the morning for Mother's Day. And then there was like graduations for our friends from high school. It was a year after I graduated. And then that night, me and Audrey and 2 of our friends, fucking Trey and his now ex-girlfriend, they wanted to go see it. I was like, I'll go see it again. Dude, the third time was rough. And second time in one day, I was just like,
Like the third time you were like,
oh. The only other movie I've seen 3 times in the theaters was The Dark Knight Rises.
it's a good
With
movie.
Bane.
It's a good.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
But
3 times, dude. Twice in a day is actually crazy.
it was a little rough.
Yeah,
that
that's
was the
actually
only
crazy.
time where I was just like, I love
because
this
Age of
movie.
Ultron's like that's when like Marvel movies started to get a bit long.
Yeah, they got long and they started to get a
I'm
little
pretty
bit
sure
more
that was like 2.5
intricate.
hours.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's a fucking long movie to watch twice in a day, dude. That's 5 hours of your day was spent in a fucking movie theater.
But that was on a Saturday in college when like literally I didn't make any content. All I did was like go to school, go to work, and hang out with Audrey.
Eat.
and eat.
Yeah, because I know you like to eat. Yeah.
Goddamn right, boy.
God damn, dude. Would you rather lose your sight or your hearing?
Ooh, I've thought about this before.
I've thought about it too. I've always talked. I've asked Serena a bunch of times. Dude, I know it's very hard.
That's fucking tough because like we've lived with them.
Yeah.
All this time. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking rough.
I've always thought hearing, right? Because I would much rather like be able to use my imagination of like what like my grandkids would sound like, or like or like what they what they're saying, like you can still communicate with sign language and whatnot very well, right? But not being able to see their faces.
One time, she had growing up, she had a deaf neighbor, two deaf neighbors, and she's really really close with them. She's the reason why they're the reason why she got into deaf culture and everything.
Yeah.
One time I was at work, and I didn't know it was him. He was there the other day. I remember I pointed him out. I was like, "Oh, there's Audrey's neighbor, the deaf neighbor."
I do remember you pointing him out.
I'd only seen him a few times, and I didn't really remember what he looked like. But he was turned around at the new release NCAP movies. He was looking at movies, and I was like, "Oh, you need some help, sir? You doing okay?" Didn't say anything, obviously. And I was like, "You doing okay, sir? You need some help?"
This is like the nub hand all over again.
And he didn't say anything, and in my head I was like...
so you're like, you fucking
what
dick.
a fucking dick, I asked you twice.
He turns around and he goes...
I was just like...
Oh! Oh, God!
Don't do that! Why did you make that face? No, why did you do that?
I'm gonna have to go.
You're going straight to hell. You're going straight to hell.
Oh my God, so what did he do?
You're such a piece of shit. By the way, for the record, I'm laughing at him, not at the joke, so fuck you.
That's good.
Let you drown, bro. So, dude, he turns around, and I realized who he was, and I was like, I'm a piece of shit.
Right. Well, you're not.
To be fair, I'm not, because I didn't know.
No, you're not.
But then I was like, my bad.
Like, it's not like you're hitting this guy from the back. You shouldn't know what the back of his head looks like.
What? Oh, you meant that. I thought you were just saying hit this guy from the back, like...
Oh, yeah, I meant
something
like
else.
that. No, I'm saying, like, it's not like you should... Like, how are you, dickhead? You shouldn't know what the fucking back of his head looks like.
You know what's so funny to me?
Stop.
So funny to me. I have a Ridge wallet, right? Every podcast that I listen to was sponsored by them for a while. They're like this minimalist wallet where you just put your cards in. It has like a money clip. And I love it. I fucking love it. I had an old shitty wallet. I'd be sick. I had an old shitty wallet, this leather one that was like all torn up, whatever. So I finally got some Christmas money. I bought one, and I, as a joke, you know how I am. You know, I was like, Audrey, like, how about that Ridge wallet? Like every opportunity to bring it up and be annoying about it, I'd bring it up just because I thought it was
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah.
So she was like, nobody cares about Ridge. Nobody even knows what that is. Nobody cares. I'm not fucking kidding you, dude. Half a dozen times that we've been together, a random stranger has been like, is that a Ridge wallet? And I just look at her. I'm like, yeah, it is. You want to look at it?
That's so good.
The funniest part, I was at Walmart one day. I was checking out, and her neighbor comes up, the deaf neighbor.
Oh, shit.
And he taps me on the shoulder. I think he knows who I am at this point. He taps me on the shoulder. I have my Ridge wallet sitting there.
Yeah.
And he... I was like, shit, I don't know sign language. Like, I don't know how I'm going to communicate with him.
You're not with Audrey?
No, she wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wish she was there. He taps on my wallet, and he goes... And I was like, okay, he's either trying to rob me or he wants to see my
Dude, that would
wallet.
be the best story ever.
Like,
imagine
runs off.
Audrey's childhood neighbor, right? Childhood deaf neighbor robs you.
But he wanted to see the wallet because he liked it.
That's awesome.
Basically said, is that a Ridge wallet? He was just like, he started looking at it, and he was just like, and then
that's good.
I was just like, ear to ear smiles. I was like, I can't wait to tell Audrey when I get home. Fucking trotted home, dude. I was like,
so good.
You'll never fucking believe what happened at work. She was just like, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with the Ridge wallet.
So, the answer to my question, would you think you'd rather lose your hearing? Like,
you gotta stop doing this. I'd rather lose my hearing.
Yeah.
I would say.
I know, that was such a tangent.
That was. I would say yes. Probably the hearing.
Yeah.
Over my vision.
I honestly don't know who would pick sight.
I don't know, man.
There was that fucking... You saw that clip. I know you saw that clip.
Is it Daredevil sight or just nothing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like regular fucking human sight. Like, we're not talking superpowers here.
Well.
Like,
you good.
No. So I'm saying, like, there was a You Should Know podcast clip where fucking dude, fucking Peyton.
I love those guys.
Man, he cracks me up. I love those guys. I love those dudes.
The hair reveal.
But he says that he would function literally like normal if he lost his sight.
He's such an idiot.
He's
dude.
an idiot, bro.
love
Cam
him, dude.
Cam immediately was like, dude, if I blindfolded you, you couldn't get out of this studio from where
What'd
you're
he say?
sitting. And he's like, what do you mean? I have a perfect like spatial awareness something. Like he made it so like scientific. He's like, I have perfect spatial awareness concentration. Like something like that.
It's
like,
funny because I don't know if he believes his dumb arguments.
I truly think he believes
I think
that.
he does too.
I think he's tricked himself into being delusional of his own things.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, and he was like, dude, I could go outside and walk home. He's like, I live 4 miles from here, Cam. It's not even that far. And he's like, no, you could not. He's like, I don't think you understand that, like, say you're walking home, right? And I go, just out of nowhere, you can't see me, but I just go, hey, Peyton! You go like this, the second you turn around, you no longer know where you're going anymore.
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, I do. Who can't walk in a straight line?
He's such a
Dude,
fucking
it's
idiot.
so fucking funny to me. I just don't know who would pick sight. Like, I don't know who would say that.
It would be tough, but I'd pick hearing, I think.
Yeah.
It would suck, though, man. Like,
I'm just saying, like,
no music, no TV show. I mean, you can watch TV shows with subtitles,
Sure.
but, like, like, music is, like,
yeah.
music is so good.
Yeah.
You know, just all around.
Yeah,
just
dude,
like
no Foo Fighters.
no Foo Fighters, no Bad Omens. You know what's weird? You know what's some American Psycho shit? I love classical music. Classical music makes me feel. I think here that
Makes you feel what?
well,
Finish that.
I don't know because it depends on the song. It can make me happy. It can make me sad. It can make me think of like a family member that passed away.
I think it's supposed to invoke emotions.
No, I
think
know,
all
that's what I'm
music would, but like
it makes
you enjoy it.
like if I'm like doing work, I'm editing or something, because lyrics distract me.
You're correct that this is some American Psycho shit.
So like I think what it does is
Not a single
Think
person
about-
your age would say this.
think about all of the Disney movies we grew up.
Yeah.
All of it had classical music in it, right? Like if you think about all of it had its own like scores and like they had its own. A lot of it had classical music. Classical or orchestral music or like you know like big band music with.
Because every time I think of like Disney movies, I immediately think of Phil Collins.
Okay, I guarantee in
Right.
Tarzan, I guarantee there's orchestral music. You know what I mean?
My favorite beat
What?
of all time is?
The In the Air Tonight.
No. My dad used to do that on my fucking dome piece when I was
That's
a kid,
awesome.
though. So there's some good memories with that song.
Yeah.
But favorite song of all time from any Disney movie is the one in Tarzan where he's playing it on all the equipment.
Yeah, at the campsite.
It's so good. Like as a kid, my mind was blown.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, he's making music from everything around him.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
impossible. And
But
I ran around the house fucking banging on shit for like 3 days.
Oh yeah, I think to bring it back, I think that's why I like it because it's nostalgic for me. It makes me think of like being with my grandma and grandpa,
Sure.
watching a Disney movie. Like we'll watch Disney Plus.
But you're
We'll watch.
like listening to Bach and Beethoven like a fucking like you're over here like dun 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 dun, and you're just over here like
Bro,
like editing like you're like a fucking serial killer.
Eating the center
That's
of
like some
cinnamon
straight
rolls.
up Americans like dude the centers out of them. You've got a whole pot of cinnamon rolls and you're just like. Dude, I would be so fucking. Dude, I would literally come in here like SEAL Team 6 and murder you. I would
You just swat me. You're like, you FaceTime me, Dylan. What you doing? I'm just eating cinnamon rolls. Fucking get them,
Dude, I would be so mad if I like came over and you were like, yeah, just come in when you get here. I walk into your room and you're just.
There's a pan of cinnamon rolls with.
Yeah, you
roast
just
center.
have like a fucking like the skewers and you're just going. Oh, dude, and that would be the most angry thing. The most angering thing ever.
That is psycho shit, dude.
Yeah.
You don't realize how different you are until somebody like points it out to you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you don't turn the light off 4 or 5 times, or else your family's gonna get into a car crash. What are you talking about? Like,
That one should be self-explanatory. But yeah, dude, there's some things like that people do that you're like, what the fuck?
yeah,
and then
I'm sure there's shit you do.
I'm sure there is, and I just can't think of it because to me, everything I do is perfect and normal.
But yeah, I think that's another reason why is it makes me feel good, and also there's like
With the classical
there's like
music?
studies on it actually,
With
like
classical
studies that it affects your brain in a certain way, it makes you
Yeah,
feel
they
good.
also say that if you play hard death metal rock, that it makes plants grow faster.
Well, that's completely different. I'm not
That's-
fucking planned.
I'm just saying, like it's literally
like I'm a fern.
It's backed up.
Well, if there's studies on it, suck my cock.
Dude,
So I think that's
I'd
a part
rather
of it.
lose my hearing than listen to classical music.
You're a fucking piece of shit. I think that there's that, and then like if I'm trying to work and like focus on something, if I listen to like a song that I like with lyrics or whatever, I'm gonna drum to it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like
See, I
all
don't know
that
how you
shit.
edit with music, dude. Because I like editing a podcast.
I hate
have
silence.
I have to.
It's way down. If I'm editing like me talking,
can't.
I'll either pause it or I'll turn that. Like I'll go to YouTube and turn it way down, and then I'll have the rest of it.
I can't do it.
It depends.
I can't do
it
it.
really depends. Okay, we've teased this for this whole episode.
Yeah.
But I have a question. I've been preparing for this my whole life.
For my whole life.
My whole
My
life,
whole life
baby,
has
for
led up
this
to this
one
moment.
I'm obsessed with zombies. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with zombies. Just for a little backstory, so I've seen a billion zombie movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, World War Z is really good, obviously. Land of the Dead's really good. There's so many good fucking zombie
World War
movies.
Z is very good.
It's
mean,
good. I've seen a lot of these.
Dude, I would have to say I Am Legend, just because like it's like imagine how good it was, right? And then think about how he basically did that movie by himself. It was just him
Yeah.
and a dog, and so imagine like how
Dude,
good that acting was.
That movie makes me cry.
Yeah, every time.
Oh my god.
Imagine
dude.
how good that acting was, and he had nobody to
So
play off of.
fucking good. Well, that's why they say
What were
like
you like thinking
Tom
about?
Hanks is one of the goats because of Castaway. That's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, so okay, 28 weeks later
Fuck, that's
Those
a fucking good one.
are. Have you seen 28 weeks later?
yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Even now, like those zombies that puke in your mouth and shit has fucking Hawkeye in it. That movie terrified. Also has Cillian Murphy, one of my favorite actors. The 28 Days Later had Cillian Murphy in it.
Yeah.
And then 28 Weeks Later was the sequel. Fucking horrifying movie. It still
Were
makes.
those were zombies, right? They weren't vampires, right?
No, they
Am I
were.
thinking-
They called them infected. They were zombies. They didn't
Okay.
like eat you, but they like infected you. They would
Sure.
like puke on you. I think they would bite you.
Yeah.
That's
Because I
a-
thought it was a vampire movie.
yeah.
but-
Those are great. And then what the fuck was Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead are also good. Land of the Dead's really good. The one that I freaked out about. Have you ever seen Return of the Living Dead?
I don't think
The
so.
old like the 80s like
doesn't sound
hokey
familiar.
like cheesy zombie movies that
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
Have you seen this? Oh shit. It's kind of. Have you seen this cover, the one in the middle, Return of the Living Dead with the grave?
I have.
So those movies are
I've
like
seen
they have,
T-shirts with that shit on it.
yeah, they have like a cult following. They're
Yeah.
like weird cult following movies. They're revamping them, dude. I'm
No,
fucking
for
pumped.
real?
There's like 4 or 5 of them. The first one was by far the best. The other ones were like they were okay, but they're like kind of like cheesy, like
Sure.
funny 80s style zombie movies.
That's funny. Speaking of redoing movies, this is for Serena here, but they're redoing Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse. Dude, I watched this one, Diary of the Dead. It's a George A. Romero
It sounds
one.
like you said diarrhea.
Diarrhea Dead?
Diary of the Dead.
That's
Does
like
that
something
not
you got in
sound
the
like I said it?
1800s, bro.
Does that not sound like I said it?
What
Diary
happened
of
to
the
him?
Dead.
He got Diary Dead.
Diary Dead.
No, Diary of the Dead. So it's like these people, the apocalypse happens, same kind of story. And it's like filmed kind of like Blair Witch.
Okay.
Dude, it's horrifying.
Like a Paranormal Activity movie type.
Yeah, like
filming.
the cover is literally this chick with a camera. Like
Cool.
they're filming. But just, I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the feel of like somebody filming with, like they're in like this hospital.
Feels
and this-
real.
It feels real.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like jump scare shit. It's just creepy.
Yeah.
So this is all to say, by the way, the whole question that we wanted to ask I wanted to ask you actually, is who do you think would survive longer in a zombie apocalypse? Me and you. And what would be your method of surviving?
Like between me and you, who would survive longer? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, and then what would be your method of survival? By the way, shout out to one of our coworkers,
Yeah.
JW.
Yeah, JW. He on YouTube, his name is like Oh Baby You.
We'll link it in the description of
yeah,
the YouTube
yeah,
video.
we'll put it down. But I wanted to shout him out because like he gave us a pretty big compliment. It was that like us like making this podcast happen and stuff like that was like inspired him to kind of like get out of his comfort zone and start doing like
Start streaming.
start streaming and doing these videos on YouTube that he's been wanting to do for a while because he follows this gaming series called the Telltales, and I'm sure if you guys are gamers, like the Telltale series are big
Yeah.
things.
Oh yeah. Especially they do like the Walking Dead games.
He has
speaking of zombies.
he has a new episode out right now of the Walking Dead season 3, A New Frontier, episode 1 right now on YouTube. So we'll link him down below.
Yeah, go show him some love.
Yeah, Yeah, for real.
Love you, JW.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the question.
So I would love, okay, to argue with you and say that I would survive longer, right?
Okay.
But I truly don't think I would, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I think I would survive longer than the majority of people, right?
Okay.
I just don't think I would survive longer than you.
What would be your method? Let's get into that.
So my
So
method
don't give up so easily.
from the start.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
So okay,
like,
let's paint the scene. We'll both
Yeah,
have
yeah.
we'll both have the same starting scenario. So like you get home from work, you know,
Yeah.
you start seeing like weird shit. Oh, there's a virus, you know, whatever. Okay, whatever.
like stuff on the news.
Yeah, stuff on the
Okay.
news, like the beginning of that's my favorite part of the
Yeah,
news. by the
yeah.
way. I fucking
It's
love
always
that
the
shit.
best. The breakdown.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. You go back to work, you're like, oh shit, fucking Roger's out sick today. You're like, okay,
Yeah, okay.
weird. Okay, I guess a couple people are getting hit with it, and then all of a sudden, like, weird. We just rewatched Fear the Walking Dead, and like, I remember like everybody started kind of freaking out, and then they
Yeah.
would like see a couple zombies on the street, and like they were attacking people.
Yeah.
And then the cops were like, get on the ground. They wouldn't get on the ground.
Yeah.
So they'd shoot them in the chest because they were like thought they were going to be
And they
attacked.
wouldn't go down.
They wouldn't go. So stuff like that starts happening.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, this is serious. And you're
Yeah.
not really prepared. You're not a doomsday prepper. You're
Yeah.
just like everyday average Alex. And then you realize that this shit got serious and that it's the fucking zombie apocalypse. What do you
Okay.
do after that?
So do I start off at home? Like I have all this information, but let's just say I drove home.
Yeah, you're home and then you're like, hey babe, this shit's getting serious. We got to
Right.
make a plan. Let's do this.
Okay. So I think the first thing I'd probably do is I think I just had a conversation with Serena about this too. I think the first thing I'd probably do is backpack, empty backpack.
Yeah.
And I'd probably, because it's just starting,
Yeah.
I'd go out.
Yeah.
Right. And I know like to a lot of people that's probably stupid, but I think the first thing
It's a
I would
tricky
do
one.
is I would go out, and I would I'd find like a local grocery store.
Yeah.
Right, something that's not going to be like crazy
Not like
packed
a big
because
one?
because like it's more local.
I like
like
that.
we have like a local grocery store like
Yeah,
over
yeah.
in So I think I'd probably go to one of those, and I would grab one of those spools of like rope.
Yeah.
Like not like the big ones, but like the white and blue ones.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
real thin kind of
Mhm.
ones. And then I think the most important thing on my mind would be like water.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So I think what I would do is I would grab those big blue like water containers with like the that
Oh,
goes in
yeah.
like in the things, right?
Man, I want to watch a zombie movie.
And I think I would like kind of tie knots around a couple of them,
Yeah.
and then that way I wouldn't have to carry them, and
Yeah.
I would tie them to my backpack and just drag them home, basically,
Okay.
right? And so I would have those jugs, and I would have fresh water,
Okay.
right? And then I think from there it's like a fucking crapshoot for me,
I know.
right?
It
because
is.
it's like okay, if I have water, I can survive.
Yeah.
Like food, you can go like 2 weeks without, but
Yeah.
water, like
You
that's
gotta have
it's
water.
no good,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I think after those were emptied, right, I would just like kind of drill holes in the tops of them, like in the tube part. I'd
Mhm.
drill holes in the tops of them so I could just put the line through it,
Yeah.
and then I could cap it over it, and then I wouldn't have to tie knots around the
Yeah.
things. I could keep doing trips like that.
Yeah.
And like that's what I'm saying. Like after that, I think that's what like the crapshoot is, right? Because it's like let's say Serena and I could both get 2.
Yeah.
Then we have 4. What are those things? 10 gallons, 15 gallons? Like what are
Something
they?
like that.
Yeah, like we have 40 gallons of water.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
It's decent, but it's for 2 people. That's
It's
pretty.
a lot to
that's,
carry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I'd grab the rope and drag it.
I guess not even the specifics. I like where you're going, but not even the specifics, but like the general kind of steps. So like you would go to the store.
I would get water.
Get
my
food
first,
and water.
Yeah. So my first step would be to get as much canned, like non-perishable foods and water as possible.
Yeah.
And then my next step would be I would take all of that home, get it all put up and like kind of organized.
So you're staying at home. You think you're gonna stay at home?
I think so. I think so because I think that when I think about like a burglar, right?
Yeah.
Like imagine how well you can like navigate your house with your eyes closed in the dark, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think of it like, where would I feel more secure? Like somewhere where I know every inch of the place, or some place that's big and I can fortify, like, but I don't really know it that well,
Yeah.
right? Because yes, that's an option, is like going somewhere and kind of like taking it over type thing,
Yeah.
and like even having enough room to take people in type thing.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather stay home and make that like damn
Your hat fell off.
it, and make that like base.
Yeah.
You know, like base 1.
Okay.
You know, and then I think after food and water, steps would be like making sure there's only one entrance and exit inside and out.
Yeah.
Right. I would make sure
Smart.
that there's only one way in and out of the house. And then after that, it would be like taking steps to fortify the perimeter of the house.
Gotcha.
So I think that would be my steps. And then it would kind of, after that, it would be like schedules on going out on food runs, food and
Foraging
water
and
runs,
stuff.
right? So it would be like, it would have to be that. And then after that, I've no fucking clue.
I guess I should have said they're like Walking Dead zombies. So they're not like World War Z.
Okay, so they're not runners.
They're not runners. They're not climbers. They're just like your everyday like George A. Romero zombies. Like
Sure.
the
Okay. Well, then
Walking Dead
Yeah.
ones.
Then I think I would do the perimeter, right? I would go to like an Ace Hardware, and I would probably do dead ass. I might actually just go to like, no, yeah, Ace Hardware. I'd probably go to like Ace Hardware, and I'd just get like poles. You know,
Yeah.
just do like
Build a fence.
Yeah, I'd probably do like a barbed wire because I think I could probably carry a spool of barbed wire.
Yeah.
Like I said, with that rope that I got, I could probably just, one end of because they come on like 2x4s.
Yeah.
I could just hold one end of the 2x4. She could hold the other one.
Yeah.
And then we could probably get that home easy. And one spool could probably do like, realistically, probably around at least my whole front yard.
Yeah.
So
yeah, your backyard's massive.
Yeah, my backyard's like half a football field. It's
You
ridiculous.
could store 500 zombies in there and they'd still never reach your house.
Yeah, dude.
Your backyard's
Yeah, I'd be like,
huge,
hey, I'm
dude.
over here, and they'd fucking
You're
take
like,
them 2 weeks to get.
Somebody's closer here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'd probably fortify like the front of my house with like just barbed wire and some stakes.
Okay.
And then it would be it. I think the hardest part of surviving a zombie apocalypse wouldn't really be the zombies if they were like the walkers.
Yeah.
It would more be like
At first it would be.
How long could you go before you're like running out of options to find food?
Yeah.
Right? Because yes, like the first day would be the day that you really want to like loot. Because like anything after that first day really where like panic has set in for everybody's going to be looting.
Well, you saw how people acted just during COVID, dude. Like it would be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, so in my head, like I feel like I would grab the bulk of the food on that first day where I'm like, "Hey, this is serious, we got to go."
Yeah.
That would be the first thing because I feel like at that point it's not like we're out of gas in the car, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like we'd have to walk, but I would take like backpacks, bags, trash bags, whatever.
Yeah.
We'd take the car, we'd go
grab
here.
some shit.
And I mean, I'd hate to say it, but like, I'm not paying for any of that shit. I'll probably drive that car straight to that fucking place on day one. Like, I'm not, like, you are not getting in my fucking way. I'm not paying for none of that shit.
What if it was as crazy as it was on day one of The Last of Us? Everybody's fucked.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know, dude. What would you do? Because, I mean, that's really, like, as far as I can think. Because I think as soon as it gets to the point where it's like, okay, everything's been looted. Now your options are, do I go fuck with people?
Yeah.
Right? Do I go get weapons and guns and stuff like that on day one so that way when I do run out of stores to loot, I can rob you of your food?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the step I take now? Or is it like I just take what I got, ration really well, and then up and leave town and hope that I find a small town or a bigger town or something that hasn't been hit nearly as hard and I find more food? Like, do I take my chances or do I just say, like, you know what, like, fuck my humanity along with,
like, it's just about survival,
right?
Like you kind of go down to animal instincts.
Because that's scarier to me. The scarier part of the zombie apocalypse is not the zombies; it's the people on people violence.
Yeah, that's what I like. What the Walking Dead does a lot. They're like, people are worse than zombies. They even
way worse. Yeah,
way worse than zombies.
Because like the panic and your base instincts are just like, well, we need food. Yeah. Like, I know you need it.
I need water. I have somebody to protect.
I know you need it, but like, I need it more. Yeah. So it's like, I don't care. Right. Yeah. So in my head, I'm like, food, water, and weapons would be first day. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Even if the weapons were literally just there to protect myself. Yeah. It'd be food, water, and weapons. And I don't think I would go with like guns.
You don't think so?
No, because bullets and ammunition and stuff like that, it is it's going to be scarce,
It is.
right? So it's like, why have something that you're going to get used to and like, and kind of rely on
Yeah.
that you won't be able to use in the future
Yeah.
if you do make it that long, right? So I feel like it'd be more like, I mean, it sounds like fucking nerdy, dude, but like I'm fucking Mashoning that shit, dude. I want a fucking katana.
Katana's the perfect zombie
I
apocalypse
want a
weapon.
katana or a bat. Like I
Yeah.
just I want something that I can't. I'll forever be able to use it.
And thus it breaks, which would be, you got to think though, at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, they're not all broken down.
They're
zombies.
not gonna be rotten.
No.
You're gonna be cut through human skulls.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I feel like I'd use a bat on first day.
You think so?
Yeah, just to wear them out.
The Lucille bat.
Yeah, dude.
I think so. Here's a critical thing I think you missed at the beginning.
Oh shit.
I think it's tough. It's a tough one to think about going and looting first day because literally everyone's gonna have the same thought, right? You're gonna be fighting somebody. There's gonna be danger whenever you go to do that shit.
I guess my thought though is like everybody's gonna be looting first day is like yes and no because like in my head the scenario is lined up to where it's like I saw that stuff.
Yeah.
But not everybody did yet, right? Like
Yeah.
not everybody saw like this guy got shot in the chest and he didn't get down, like he didn't die.
So you're banking on the fact that like you are hip to it.
That it's kind of I'm banking on the fact that I've kind of like I saw that and
Yeah.
that tilted the scale. Like I was like, yes, this shit's weird,
And there's still like half the people are still like, I don't know.
like it's common that everybody goes, yeah, this shit's weird right now, but
Yeah.
I'm banking on the fact that I saw the shit that went, no, this is fucking different. This is zombies.
Zombies. I think okay. Here's what I think I would do. I think I would
What's
go.
the critical part I missed?
I think I would go on the first day, but I think what I would do first is I would get bags. I would get all the shit that
Right.
you said. I would round up Josh and Audrey, and then I would start going to, like friends, like you. I would round up a group of people to go because like
Okay.
if you do go to the stores and it's just you and Serena, there's a high chance that like a group of 3 guys is gonna kill
Sure.
you and take your shit. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Because people are gonna have the same mindset
Strength in
as
numbers,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think I would round up a group of people first. And then I would go to, like you said, local grocery stores. I would get non-perishable shit. I would get water. I would also get like a way to start a fire. Like not like a light or something that's going to run
That's
out.
fucking smart.
Like a fucking flint,
Yeah, I
you know,
didn't think about
stone or
that.
something like that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that is like literally not shit I would think about. You're right. That is a critical part I missed. What I should do is round up other people
Strength in
and then
numbers,
use them.
and then go loot.
Yeah, I would
with
use
them.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I should use them for shit I'd forget. Because
Yeah.
it's not something I would think about.
Yeah, for that too.
Yeah.
What I meant is like whenever you go, yeah, that's perfect.
Strength in numbers.
Strength
yeah.
in numbers for multiple reasons, for multiple different ideas of things to get.
Yeah.
I would also, whenever I go to the store, I wouldn't just get canned food. I would get like seeds of shit that I could plant. You know what I mean?
Smart.
And so then what I would do is I would do that, and then I would go. I'm trying to think.
Fuck, dude, what's the guy's name from The Last of Us?
Frank. Pull a Frank.
Shout out Frank.
Love Frank. That was a.
Yeah, you're right. The garden, dude. That's smart.
So I would get that stuff. I would get all that kind of stuff with a group of people, with friends, with family, whatever.
Yeah.
We would have multiple vehicles. Multiple people could carry shit. And then what I would do is I would probably again, this would take convincing, but I would want to find a place to fortify that's not in town, somewhere that has a big vantage point, and somewhere that has, if we needed to, that has an upstairs with one entrance. Because, like, if you're up higher and there's only one way to get up, you can block that shit off. You can
it's a choke point.
destroy the staircase if you needed to. Like, yeah, you're up there if, like, for whatever reason, fucking a horde of zombies comes through. You all can go upstairs and chill up there. I'd really like to go into somewhere that's like a, not like a house, like a fucking, like a building. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
like a warehouse type building or like an office building to where, like, yeah, you can basically just fuck off the whole first floor.
See, I think I agree with you, but I also love the idea of being at like a farmhouse where everything's flat because nothing can hide from you.
That's what I
right?
mean. But like, I want to have
like
that.
finding like an office building like where you can just say like whole first floor is basically like I like where you're going there.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you about the first floor thing.
It's you want to be up high for sure, and I wanted somewhere flat where we can grow crops up top. So like,
Yeah.
if we had to get like,
Yeah, like an office space, you could literally just go grab sod
Yeah.
and literally plant on
shit
top of
on the roof. So like if like there's a horde of zombies and like all your crops are on the floor and you're stuck upstairs, you're just
Because
eventually
honestly,
you're fucked.
nobody in the apocalypse is going to be thinking about getting sod, so it's not like something you're not going to be able to get a hold of.
I would get those group of people. I would go to somewhere. I would try to find maybe like a old farmhouse with like a good sized farmhouse with an upstairs, somewhere that's out in the country away from most people.
Yeah.
'Cause like you said, people are going to be the fucking problem, and I would find something like that.
Yeah. So what do you mean it's going to take some convincing?
Well, like if half the people are still like, I don't, this is kind of weird, but I'm not convinced that it's a zombie apocalypse. Like,
Oh,
if
I
I
get what
went
you
to
mean.
your house and you're like, bro, I'm chilling at home. What are you talking about? So I think it would take convincing of family and friends to be like, we got to do this shit now, and we got to do it together, or else we're gonna all fucking die.
Yeah.
And then I think I would, so I would go loot, get the food, get all the necessities, a couple weapons, whatever I could find, because I'm sure people in Kansas have fucking guns.
Yeah.
Get your guns, get your ammo. We'll have a base level of like weapons.
Sure.
We'll have our base level of food, all the stuff that we need to get started. Go find a place like that, and then after a couple of days, after the craziness is worn off, then I would say, let's go back in town. Let's go to like Cabela's. Let's go to fucking
Right.
because like yes, that's gonna be pretty picked over, but I'm pretty confident there's still gonna be some shit there,
Sure.
you know. And there's not gonna be. You're going to a place with weapons. Like if you go there when the craziness is happening, you're gonna get fucking shot. Somebody's
Yeah.
gonna get their head chopped off.
Yeah.
So go find some weapons and then do kind of the same thing what you said. Fortify a place, but fortify somewhere out in the country, away from people, where we have an upstairs if shit hit the fan, and then we could fence it in, we could plant crops, we could do all that shit.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do. I would want somewhere out in the country with a group of family and friends that I'd know and love and trust.
See,
that
I
kind
just
of thing.
I think my issue is like I wouldn't want that group to be too big.
That's
Too
a
many
thing.
is too many mouths to feed, and
That's a
and
tricky
that's when
thing.
it's like when it gets down to the nitty gritty, you're like fuck, dude, like, and you're not gonna be able to choose between your friends and family,
know.
right? So it's like in my head, it's hard for two reasons. It's
Yeah.
like one, you have to pick and choose on day one when you go and round up those people. You have
Yeah.
to pick and choose who you're even gonna go round up,
Yeah, I know.
right?
I'm not saying they'd be easy decisions.
So in my head, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, there's like an upside and a downside to me, it being just like me and Serena.
Yeah.
But like, you're right. Like, the strength in numbers thing is real. But I think, like, I feel like over 5 is like,
You think that'd be
That's
too many?
it.
You think so?
yeah. I mean, imagine how much it like costs to feed like a family of 4,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And that's like a lot,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's eating comfortably.
You'd have to ration for
right.
sure.
It's eating comfortably, granted. But it's like 4 different people, 4 different appetites, 4
Yeah.
different like that's and also like the more people, more personalities, more different like
Yeah.
you know, all this stuff
For
like
sure.
I feel like I would 5 or less and that's it. Like I would
Really?
not be able to, I don't, because 5 is a scary group,
Yeah.
right? If it was you and me in like a store looting and 5 dudes and chicks, doesn't matter,
Yeah.
walks up to us, that's like, all right, have it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not taking out 5 people because that's literally, we're outnumbered no matter what. Even if I thought I could take out 2 people on my own,
Yeah.
that leaves 3 for the other person.
Yeah,
Right? And same vice versa. Right? So it's like, in my head, 5 is a great number because 2v2, like,
Solid.
I could probably take 2 people depending on their fucking size.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you never know, but sometimes you get lucky and that first person's got a weak chin. Right?
Yeah.
That second person you could take your time on.
Yeah.
So I'm saying,
If you're lucky.
right. So in my head, 2v2 is not enough, right? Like having 4 people is not enough, but 5 people is like just enough to go, what's the likelihood that we get outnumbered,
Yeah.
right? Also, 5 people is a small enough group to go on quieter type missions if you had to,
Yeah.
right? Because it's not too many people to keep like track of.
Yeah.
So I think 5 is like the perfect number for like an apocalypse
I
group.
could see that. I think
But
it
that's hard,
depends.
especially for you because you've already got 2 people.
Yeah,
Right?
I've got-
so you
we're a
literally
group of 3
get,
already.
You literally only get to pick 2 if you're going with 5.
I think I would
And
want
you're
a
talking
little
about
bit
rocking
bigger
with a
than
group of 10.
I could do 10. Here's the thing. Yes,
Those
those are all
way.
those are all
You would have to
valid
have like
points.
hunting parties. I get what you're saying. You'd have to
Yeah.
have like this group of
Because
people
not-
does this.
not
This
e-
group. Of,
Yeah,
okay.
but also not everybody in that group is gonna be like fucking killers. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
you're gonna have like somebody who's like better off like
gardening.
gardening.
Josh.
You.
Whoa!
Because like if all 5 of you leave, who the fuck's gonna stay back and protect the homestead? You know what I mean? Like who's gonna protect your fortified fort, bro?
That's true.
We used to we used to sit at the gas station when me and my buddies were kids. Me and my friends were, we were all kids.
Yeah.
And we would sit at the fucking gas station in
just
Town B from last episode.
Yeah.
And talk about it. There's this building downtown that's like 5 stories high.
Yeah.
And it was like, we were like, it's perfect. We could just fuck off the whole bottom level.
Yeah.
We have the top. It's flat up top. We're going to build a little bridge because it was like right across the street from the grocery store. Like, we'll just build a bridge to the grocery store. We'll fortify that. We'll walk to the ceiling of the grocery store. Dude,
That's
we had it.
so funny.
We had it broken down.
Like, you kids are just like, yeah, we'll build a bridge. Like, it's just
not like the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm talking about just
You're
like
talking about like a couple planks of wood that get you there. Like, in my head, I'm just picturing like, dude, have you seen like they do like class projects in school where they like build a bridge and whichever one's like with popsicle sticks, and then you have to like slide a car or a ball or something across it. If it doesn't break, you win. It, like almost all of those bridges break. Yeah. Right. So I'm like in my head, I'm like, how the fuck?
You know what's crazy? There was a lumber yard behind the building that we're in.
Oh my God.
Easy, bro.
Dude, yeah. I mean, to be fair, what you're saying, it's great.
Get some 2x6s, bro.
Lines you up.
Get like 3 or 4 of them across. Fucking tack some boards across them to make it strong. Make sure it holds on both sides, and then put a little railing on it. That's easy, bro. I could do that.
Dude,
I used to work construction, bro.
I'm forklift certified.
I'll make a bridge right now, dude.
I'll make a bridge right now.
I'll make a bridge out of 2 pencils and a fucking and a rubber band, dude.
2 pencils and a stick of gum. Oh shit.
So, who do you think would last the longest between you and I?
Truthfully, by your logic, you.
You think?
Like
so?
I said, I still agree that you would last longer than I would in a zombie apocalypse. But also, I was kind of included in your little group, so me.
So me.
Us. Yeah, because I mean, let's be real here.
Till we get a pack of cinnamon rolls and I eat the center of it, and then we just fight to the death.
Yeah, that's it. One of us has to die at that point.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I think the only reason that I might have an upper hand in the apocalypse is that I care less about people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely a weakness.
Right? So, and in the apocalypse, it's a strength to not give a shit about anybody.
Because what I noticed is you said nothing about your dogs, and I'd already be fucked. I'd be like, what do I do with my dogs?
Yeah, I'm
what
sorry.
Do I do?
Like,
what do I do with my dogs?
Here's the thing. I would put bells on them and send them out.
Oh my God.
Like if I was like I can't get out this door, I would send them out one door with bells on.
That's crazy.
Fucking alarms.
I couldn't look at my dogs and do that. I would just...
Alarms, dude. That's the thing. So I think that's the biggest upside I have.
Yeah.
Is that like if it was between me and anybody, I'm choosing me. Attack my dogs or not, I'm still gonna use them as cannon fodder to get out of a situation.
That's crazy.
It's not
sociopath.
No, it's not. It's literally like here's the thing. If I want to protect the things that I love, right? Yeah. Then I have to be the one alive.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, I have to survive, not you, not the dogs.
Yeah.
Right? And like to be fair, I give a shit way more about Serena than I do my fucking dogs. So if it's literally I have to get out of this fucking house and they're all in my front yard.
Yeah.
I have to get out. I can't go out there, right? If I go out the back, all of them are gonna chase me.
Yeah.
Cannon fodder. I will chuck my dog out the front fucking window.
But here's the thing. One of the things that I do care about is my dog. So it's like I would be like,
I get it, but it's like choose. That's basically like saying like, oh, like that's you're placing yourself at saying like I have to choose between my dogs or my wife now. Because just taking them with you puts at the risk of saying like I could lose
barking of you're 2 more mouths to feed. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, dude, bro. Haruki would do it just for fucking shits and giggles.
He'd go, are there zombies over there?
Yeah, and he'd be like, oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, these aren't just people walking in front of our house. These are people that are killing us now.
Yeah.
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 He's got that uniboob, dude. That'd be snacking on him, dude. He's got a layer of fat.
For days too. Yeah, it would last him a minute.
So
yeah, I think that's my only upside.
In conclusion, I think you're correct. I think that's what I would say too. I think that'd be my downfall is like
I do think you'd still survive longer than I would.
But you got to think though, that's a situation that happens often where you're like
we have to
you got to choose, you got to make sacrifice, at least in movies and shit.
Sure.
Well, if you guys tuned in this long,
what the fuck?
Our 20-minute rant about zombies. We love you. We appreciate you for sticking around because I don't even know if I would have stuck around.
I mean, I would have. I like talking about zombies.
I do too.
I mean, as you can tell,
I listen to podcasts all the way, but like I know a lot of people don't.
We talked about it for 20 minutes. I would have stuck around.
Well, comment down below. Would you survive a zombie apocalypse? Who do you think would survive longer? Let us know what you guys thought about today's episode. Season 1, episode 8. We got 2 more episodes left before the end of season 1. We're going to do 10 episodes per season. And then we're going to take, we might do like funniest moments from season 1. And like, so like it would be like episode 11, quote unquote, but it wouldn't be like a new episode. It would just be the funniest stuff from this season.
Highlight reel.
Yeah, kind of like a highlight reel, things that we thought were the funniest, whatever. And then we're going to take a couple weeks of a break. We're going to take a little break so we can catch up on some stuff and whatever. And but it's been a lot of fun this season so far, and I'm fucking pumped for next. I feel like this season is us just like getting our feet wet, kind of shaking out the cobwebs.
We're figuring it the fuck out.
Yeah, figuring shit out. So if you guys are enjoying it, please like, subscribe, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yeah,
We're
you guys
literally
seem
everywhere.
to. Our analytics, by the way, say that everybody prefers Apple Podcasts over Spotify.
Really?
I mean, it's huge margin, dude. It's
Really?
like 40% are on, like, Apple Podcasts, and then like the remainder is split between like 7 other podcast directories. So Apple Podcasts is very, very popular for most of our listeners.
All right, well, check us out. I mean, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're everywhere. This is season 1, episode 8, the Work Cousins podcast. Thank you guys for sticking around. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for episode 9. Love you.